the sixth Sunday in Ordinary Time, the scriptures lay out for us success in this life, not so much failure in this life, but lack in this life, and relationship with the Lord that holds us steady with Him no matter whether we are well provided for or whether we're in a time of need. So the prophet Jeremiah and Psalm 1 say very similar things in regards to this, that really the faithful man is kind of like a plant planted next to a river, a water source, where it doesn't matter if it's rainy season or dry season. It doesn't matter the blessings or lack that come to this man. Being near to the Lord is what sustains him in time of need and in time of God's providence. So it kind of lays the foundation for the Beatitudes in the New Testament. In Luke's Gospel, we hear them laid out as 4 blessings and 4 woes, as opposed to Matthew's Gospel that opens them up as 8 blessings. And that how blessed you are. I'm not sure if the word is exactly the same in Luke as it is in Matthew, but in Matthew's Gospel, that word blessed really speaks of how fortunate are those who, like in Matthew's Gospel, it's blessed are those who are poor in spirit. Well, Luke says something similar. Blessed are those who are poor. Blessed are those who hunger now. Blessed are those who weep now. And blessed are those who are persecuted here in this life. There's no qualifier. It's not a spiritual reality. He says plainly, blessed are those who are earthly, poor, hungry, weeping, and persecuted. They say Luke's Gospel is probably written to a wealthier community, and he really wants to make this point that those who are in that present state are fortunate because, in a sense, they have no other option than to depend on the Lord for everything that they have. They have no other option but to go to that source of all providence and find in Him, in times of lack and in times of blessing, the peace that they desire. Hope for the longings of their stomach and their hearts, and ultimately that's really what that's about. And Jesus, says, "Woe to you who are rich now, who are filled now, who laugh now. Woe to you who ultimately are praised now in this life." Because it's so much more difficult when you have satisfaction here and now to look forward and in hope to the fulfillment that only God can provide. It's important for us to really take this in, that the worst evil to befall us isn't so much that we are poor or hungry or that we mourn or that our hearts are in a difficult spot. But ultimately, those really are blessings because we have an opening to turn to the Lord in the midst of them. And again, when we are well provided for and, everything is in a perfect place, we tend to, be satisfied in our own right and not turn to Him in the way that we need to. So stay next to the river, right? Be planted next to the river of God's grace, and it won't matter what befalls you, lack or blessing. You will be blessed in the Lord because you will always turn to Him.